Ni hao, kumusta? Your maestro is present today. How are you doing, guys? I hope everyone is doing okay. And for today's vlog, I'll be answering questions sent by Phil Sams about teaching in Taiwan. So he sent me a message through my Gmail account. He says, "Hi Jeffy, how's your day going? I hope that you are doing well and are continuing to enjoy your Taiwan experience. I've recently had an interview for TFETP and prepped for it by watching your very helpful videos. Like you, there was a time allocated for me to ask questions at the end of the interview. Now that you are teaching in a Taiwanese school, I wonder if you have a few moments to answer a few questions, or perhaps they could be included in another video." So that's why I'm doing this video. So for you, okay, Phil Sams, and of course for other TFETP applicants, or for those teachers in other countries, not only in the Philippines, who are interested to teach here in Taiwan. And then please don't feel obliged to answer these questions. I know that teachers have busy lives. Good luck with your teaching and keep enjoying Taiwan. All the best, Phil. Alright, so the first question that he asked me is, do you co-teach with a local teacher of English? If so, how do you divide the workload and what are your roles in the classroom? Absolutely yes. I have a local English teacher with me, so they help me to manage the classroom, and sometimes we talk about the strategies or approaches that we need to use when we do our co-teaching. So your second question is, how do we divide the workload? Actually, it depends with the local teacher. So I have one co-teaching teacher in grade 6. So this is what we do. Usually, we divide the topics. So for example, I have a local teaching teacher in grade 6 that we divide the topics in a reference book that we use. So we do have the vocabulary, and then the sentence pattern, the dialogue. We also have the reading strategy, the CLIL, and the phonics. So we divided those topics with both of us. So in my part, I am responsible to teach the vocabulary, the dialogue, reading strategy, and the CLIL part of the book. But in my local teaching teacher for my English 4 and 5, we don't do the same. So we have the same facing. So basically, I teach all the skills in English from vocabulary to phonics. So we don't divide the teaching parts of the reference book that we use. If a local colleague is in co-teaching, is there a staff member with you in the classroom at all times? So for this question, if that happens, I think if you don't have a local teaching co-teacher, so the homeroom teacher will be present in the classroom since you need some help in terms of classroom management and translation if your students cannot understand you or your instructions. So that is the time for you to seek help from a homeroom teacher. So don't worry, the school will not let you to teach alone. So they will the school will either give you a local teacher or a homeroom teacher to assist you during your class. Do you have the services of a TA inside or outside the classroom? Example, to assist with laminating, cutting, printing, and copying. So for this question, I think you can do this one if you can. So if it is your first time to do it, so you can ask help from others or from other teachers. And then if you can do it already by your own, so I guess it is not hard to do it by yourself. And if you cannot really do it, so you can ask an assistance from your co-teacher or co-teaching teacher or from other colleagues to help you. Next, is there anyone available to help with the SEN or student with special needs, I think, in the classroom? Yeah, so in our school there is, I think, one teacher who is specialized to teach students with special needs. So what we do, we usually refer the student to that teacher who is specialized in teaching students with special needs. Next one, do you have a dedicated English room for the lessons or do you work in several classrooms? In our school, we have 2 classrooms for English classes. One for grade 3 and 4 and then one for 5 and 6. So if you happen to teach English in grade 1 and 2, so I guess you will teach or you have to go to their homeroom, and then the homeroom teacher will be there to help you and assist you during your class. Next question. Are you able to rearrange the desks for group work? Yes, you can if you want, but as much as possible, I group my students with less members in one group. Usually in my class, I have a minimum of 20 students, so I group them into 5 groups. And as much as possible, I let them use 1 or 2 tables to do the work, and then the rest of the tables will be in the same place at ease, so that the classrooms won't be messy after the group activity. Next, do you have to write lesson plans for each lesson and submit them to someone? So for this one, for my science class, I usually do curriculum. Okay, for my classes it's some kind of a lesson plan. It is my guide. In there, I write the objectives and the vocabulary words that the students need to learn, and of course the process of my lesson. But for my English classes, since our reference books, it includes the teacher's manual, so the school doesn't require us to, or doesn't require me to write the lesson plan. But for TFETP's requirement, so the TFETP asks us to do at least 1 observation per semester. So I guess we have to write a lesson plan, 1 lesson plan every semester. And if you want to follow their format, so you can also ask the school to give you one, since the TFETP gives them a copy of the format that the TFETP teachers can use. Next, do your students take exams during the year, and are you involved in writing the papers, assessing the papers? So for the exam, in 1 semester, the students need to take 2 major exams, the midterm exam and then the final exam. So the question whether I am the one who is making the exam, so my answer is no. So the one who makes the examination is my co-teaching teacher, the local teacher, since the instruction includes Chinese. If my co-teaching teacher needs some revision of the exam, so she usually asks for my help, and then that is the time for me to revise some of the questions or add some questions in the test paper or the examination paper that we do. And next question, are you expected to set homework often? Yes, for my grade 6 class, I usually give homework, as I have said earlier, every meeting. And then for my 4 and 5, my local teacher or co-teaching teacher usually gives the homework every meeting. So it is usually a tradition here in Taiwan to give the students a homework every period or every class. After the class, they need to have homework. Yeah, so I guess you have to do it often, every period or every English classes. Next, are your students generally motivated to learn English? I think 80% to 90% are motivated to learn English with me, as long as you incorporate some games or interesting videos, and then some strategies that may arouse their interest to learn the English language. So I guess you can also do that. So usually, before I proceed to my lesson proper, I always do some review and then give them motivation in a sort of games or fun activities, and of course lesson proper will be followed, and some short assessment at the end of the class. So in order for our students to be motivated to be interested in learning the English language, so we have to incorporate many games, fun activities inside the classroom. Okay? Are your local colleagues helpful and sociable? Absolutely yes. So I am very happy with my current school right now because everyone is friendly, everyone is very helpful, and they are very sociable. Even some of them cannot communicate using the English language, but you can see in their gestures, the way they treat me, they are very approachable and friendly. I have nothing to say against them because they are very friendly. They are very helpful to me from the beginning of the school year, so I'm very grateful and glad to have them as my colleagues. Next, do you meet up with other TFETP teachers? For this question, since it's COVID, so we haven't met yet with the other TFETP teachers because of the COVID here in Taiwan. In the TFETP plan to have a seminar face-to-face last time, but the TFETP canceled it, and then we do the seminar online for the second time. So before you start teaching in a certain public school here in Taiwan, the TFETP will have an online seminar. If the COVID continues this coming school year, if not, so maybe they will arrange a face-to-face seminar in a hotel or in a certain place where the TFETP teachers can meet and greet and learn the things that they have to. Alright, so those are the questions sent by Phil Sams to me. I hope I have answered your questions, and I hope those answers of mine can help you and enlighten you when you get here in Taiwan. So good luck. I hope the TFETP will offer you or hire you, and hopefully you will get here in Taiwan as soon as possible. Thank you for sending these questions. If you liked this video, so don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed on my YouTube channel, please do subscribe. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, so don't forget to click the notification bell. And that's it for today. So thank you for your time, and see you on my next vlog. Bye-bye.